Want to know everything that happened in the past week at Universal? Well, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Dace, and welcome to Wunu, your weekly Universal news and updates. So obviously Wunu is not here today. He decided to go and take a break, so I will be reporting the news for you guys for a little bit. To start things off, Halloween Horror Nights kicked off on Friday, but there is not much different from the team member previews, so there is not much to cover. Starting in Production Central, the studio store will be getting a new Beetlejuice-themed display and new Harry Potter scrapbooks and photo albums. Also, the Transformers The Ride will be getting a Halloween Horror Nights themed projection of Frankenstein-style Stitches. Moving on to Hollywood, the lights, camera, action projectors were not turned on for opening night. Also, the Ghirardelli Tower received a fog machine projector for HHN, and the Five and Dime would receive a pinball HHN art. In New York, Halloween Horror Nights eye projections would be projected on the facade, and also the music of Halloween Horror Nights vinyl will be going to the tribute store starting September 14th. In Springfield, a HHN fog projection would go on the side of the Simpsons ride. Bayliner Diner now has a margarita combo that comes in a trick-or-treat pail. The Icons bar opened at Cabana Bay, which has props and costumes for each of the icons scattered about, and Sapphire Falls now sells HHN 30 merchandise. A jack-o'-lantern in an inner tube was placed in a display window in Cabana Bay. Also, the Jacked Up Experience opened at 7:30 on Friday, but then went to 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. past that. The Jacked Up Experience has a Jack the Clown pre-show, a room full of carnival props, a giant blender with a trigger in the back to trigger red smoke, and a room full of screens. A new Texas Chainsaw Massacre glass became available. A HHN cart got a Scare Zones poster / plaque of sorts. A bar stand started selling the Poison Tea Party and the Ghoul Juice before the event even started in park. And the water taxis were decorated with garlands made of pumpkin and played Halloween music. HHN 30 marks the return of the Scarecrow stalk and the trick-or-treat stations. So, the trick-or-treat stations and the Scarecrows have appeared at both Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Orlando. Snack stands around studios now sell the HHN 30 Freestyle Cup. Also, opening night sold out, but frequent fear people could still get in. Before the event started, Universal also posted another picture from inside of Haunting of Hill House, this time showing the tall man and a monster inside the house. They also posted pictures of icons captured, showing Jack, the usher, Jack on the throne, and another monster. Some more pictures of the event were also released. Also, a media event was held on the first night of Halloween Horror Nights, where guests were given a special lanyard and led into the Horror Makeup Show Theater, where Jack and Eddie would crash the show. This marks the first on-stage performance ever done by Eddie. Before the event started, people with Stay and Scream were lining up outside some of the houses. Unfortunately, it did decide to rain during opening night, so some of the houses were delayed. The Caretaker won the Icons Captured House on the first night, and the words Forced Aid were projected over the first aid stand. Unmasking horror pins will be seen on Saturday. The back of the pin's holder reads, "Get your masters in mayhem. No, seriously. You've learned so much about this year's event, you might qualify for HHN PhD. And seeing as we've been doing this for 15 years, that's saying something." The media event Jack Attack would also happen during the RIP tours. Also, event guides would be available this year. The houses would hit capacity, Jack would do crowd control for icons captured, and directional signs would be placed to each of the houses. That about does it for this week's updates. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. This is Ace of Wunu signing off.